Hello, everyone. My name is Saber Agrebi. I am an English language teacher at Al Zubair ibn Al Awam Primary School for Boys, Doha, Qatar. The subject of my presentation is evaluation tools or assessment tools, formative assessment in focus, Flipgrid as a tool. In fact, this presentation is a response to the specialized training assignment. And as I am one among other trainees, I plan to say a few words about assessment tools and designing remedial plans. The task was the following: the assignment, designing or choosing one of the assessment tools that related to one of your subject topics, writing smart objectives for the tool you are going to use, and designing a remedial plan according to the analysis of student assessment data. My talk will be in three parts. In the first part, I am going to speak about the different types of assessment. In the second part, I am going to speak about formative assessment in use, Flipgrid as a tool, implementation, and a remedial plan. Finally, I'll go on to make some conclusions and give some recommendations. Now, let's turn to the first part of my presentation, which is about different types of assessment. So the first type is diagnostic assessment, which helps the teacher to get the information he needs to understand the student's knowledge at the beginning of a new year or a new topic or a new unit. This type of assessment may include mind maps, flowcharts, short quizzes, student interviews, class discussions, etc. And diagnostic assessment is assessment for learning, for the sake of learning. The second type is formative assessment, which is the main focus of my presentation here. Formative assessment enables the teacher to understand his students' learning while he teaches, and gives the teacher the opportunity to adjust his teaching strategies and techniques accordingly. Formative assessment helps the teacher to track how student knowledge is growing and changing in the classroom in real time. Some examples of formative assessment include portfolios, progress reports, presentations, virtual classroom tools like Kahoot and Flipgrid. While diagnostic assessment is assessment for learning, we can say that formative assessment is assessment as learning, assessment as the learning process is taking place at the same time. The third type is the summative assessments, which is very famous and known for the teachers as the end of term or end of year exams. The summative assessment helps the teacher to determine the student's level after a particular unit or at the end of semester or each year. And this type of assessment may include multiple choice tests, writing essays, producing a project, etc. So we said that a diagnostic assessment is assessment for learning. Formative assessment is assessment as learning. We can say that summative assessment is assessment of learning, to get an idea of the level of the students. The fourth type is pre-assessment, which is a test which could be taken by students before a new unit to find out what the students need more instruction on and what they may already know. Pre-assessment tests allow teachers to save time within the classroom when teaching a new material. Finally, evaluation is the umbrella term, or is a broader term than assessment. Evaluation lets the teacher judge the knowledge, understanding, and intelligence of the student. Also, judge the instruction and the curriculum, and why not evaluate the whole program. That's all I want to say about the types of assessments. Let's move to the next part of my presentation, which is formative assessment in use, Flipgrid as a tool, implementation, and remedial plan. Implementation of Flipgrid as a tool for formative assessment, and designing a remedial plan. So the objective behind using Flipgrid as a formative assessment tool was the following. Students will be able to use the present continuous correctly. And this was applied on module 5 people, lesson 4 top stars, student book page 8 and 9, and of course for grade 5. For those who do not know Flipgrid, or for those who do not have an idea about what Flipgrid is, the answer is very simple. Flipgrid is a simple tool for teachers who can use this tool. Yeah, the teachers, I mean, can use Flipgrid to create grids or topics of short discussion style questions that students respond to through recorded videos. So teachers post topics or grids or questions on Flipgrid platform, and students respond through recorded videos. Flipgrid is very famous now among teachers from all over the world. It is very motivating, and students like it very much, since they are accustomed to such type of tools, like, for example, social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, etc. So my Flipgrid assessment task was the following. I asked my students to record a short Flipgrid video to speak about what their family members are doing now. This was the topic, and I also helped my students with a song about the correct use of the present continuous tense. And students' responses were highly impressive. This is a screenshot of their responses, my students' responses on Flipgrid. As you can see here, these are the students and their videos. And although students' responses were highly impressive, some students didn't manage to use the present continuous correctly. So after having a look at students' responses, after analyzing students' responses, the teacher has come to the conclusion that some students demonstrated some problems in using the present continuous correctly. But before speaking about students' low performance, let's just start with the positive aspect or the brighter side. So the following is an example of a high achieving student of mine whose name is Sadiq, who managed to use the present continuous correctly in a fun and engaging way. So let's just watch his video response first. Here, as you can see, I have hidden the student's face, but I want just to stress the fact that Flipgrid allows this option for students. Students who do not want to show their faces, they can hide their faces through using emojis, pictures, or just using pixelized video image.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to tell you what my family members are doing right now. My father is working. He will come home soon. My mother is cooking. I am helping her in the kitchen. We are eating together at lunch. Let's eat. Bye.
As you can see here, this is Sadiq's performance. It was really great, and he used the present continuous correctly. So this is was my feedback on Flipgrid for the student Sadiq Ahmed. This is the teacher's feedback. So Flipgrid allows teachers to give their written feedback, or also teachers can also record video feedback. My feedback was the following: very good, Sadiq, look at you. You are using the present continuous correctly. Well done, good boy. So here the teacher's feedback and positive reinforcement for high achieving students. And as you may know, positive reinforcement is highly recommended, especially with young learners. Now we come to a different performance. This is a student who managed to use the present continuous, but not 100% correctly. A student who demonstrated some problems in using the present continuous correctly. Let's just check out and watch his Flipgrid video.
Assalamu alaikum. My mother is cooking lunch and my dad reading a book and my brother playing football.
As you may notice here, the student says, my father reading a book now. So the student didn't use the correct form of the verb to be in the present before using the verb plus ing. The teacher's feedback as usual. So the student was Khalid. The teacher's feedback. Nice try, Khalid. Just be careful to the use of the verb to be in the present plus verb plus ing. We say I am plus verb ing, he, she, it is plus verb ing, and you, we, they are plus verb ing. Instant feedback about not using the present continuous correctly. Now, after analyzing students' responses, this is just one example of low achieving students' response. There were many others. The teacher, before that, the teacher appraised students' performance before designing the remedial plan. So here, as you can see, I have posted Facebook announcement, sorry, Microsoft Teams announcement for my students to congratulate them and thank them for their performance. This is the announcement. I would like to congratulate and thank all my students in the 3 grade 5 classes, grade 5, 1, 2, and 3, for their nice videos and outstanding performances on Flipgrid. You did an amazing job. Keep up the good work. The following link is a short video dedicated to all my students who deserved certificates of appreciation. It also shows the students' top 5 Flipgrid videos. Enjoy watching. And this was the link for the certificates and the top 5 Flipgrid videos. After that, the teacher needs to take action. So he has designed the following remedial plan to fix students' problems with using the present progressive. So as you may see here, this is the school name, Al Zubair ibn Al-Awwam Primary School, target grade 5, title, a remedial plan for weak pupils in English grammar, present progressive, 2020-2021, prepared by Saber Agrebi, and of course the subject is the English language. The remedial plan included areas of weakness, aims or objectives, procedures, time, indicators of success, and evaluation. As for areas of weakness, there were problems in pupils' ability to identify the form of the present continuous, which is to be in the present plus verb plus ing. And of course, if students cannot or could not identify the form of the present continuous, they will never be able to use it correctly. The objectives were to identify the form of the present continuous and to use this verb tense correctly. The procedures were to provide students with related examples for each form of the verb to be in the targeted tense, which is the present continuous, asking students to label some pictures and providing them with multiple choice questions about the right use of the verb to be in the present continuous tense. The time was the first 2 weeks of the first term. Indicators of success. Most pupils respond correctly to the interactive worksheet, the worksheet that the teacher has designed for them, and which I will talk about in a few seconds. And a few mistakes are made. Evaluation, monitoring pupils' work, observing their performance, correcting the worksheets, and of course, providing feedback. So after designing my worksheet, I posted an announcement on Microsoft Teams, as this was the platform for remote teaching for students during the first term. Dear students, so the announcement was about the present continuous. Dear students, the link below is an interactive worksheet about the present continuous. In activity 1, drag and drop to label the pictures. In activity 2, choose the correct form of the verb to be. And in activity 3, write a paragraph about what your family members are doing now. And of course, students had to just click on the link and do the tasks. This was my PDF worksheet. So here, as you can see, I have put some pictures. Students will drag and drop. This is not interactive. This is the link for liveworksheets.com, which is a good site for teachers, which enables them to turn any PDF worksheet into an interactive one. So here, instead of matching, students will drag and drop. Here, instead of, for example, circling or choosing the right option, students will just click on the correct option. And here students also can type their paragraphs after using information from activities 1 and 2 to write a short paragraph about what their family members are doing now. This was an example of my student Khalid, who previously demonstrated some problems in using the present continuous tense correctly. As you can see here, he managed to do all the tasks correctly on the interactive worksheet. And one also good feature of liveworksheets.com is that it gives auto correction. So this is corrected automatically on the website. It doesn't correct writing, but this was corrected automatically. As you can see here, correct labeling of the pictures, what every every family member is doing now, then correct use of the form of the verb to be in the present with he, with they, with she, etc. And here writing a paragraph using information from previous activities. My father is reading a book. My mother is cooking lunch. My brothers are playing with my cousins, and my sister is doing her homework. As you all know, teachers do not care about low achieving students. Only high achieving students are also in the teacher's heart and mind. So here, as you can see, I designed a remedial plan for high achieving students also. The remedial plan was an enrichment activity for high achieving students entitled Let's Kahoot It. This is Microsoft Teams announcement. This is a 5-question Kahoot challenge about module 2, play, learn, and enjoy. To play the game, click here. This was the link for the Kahoot challenge. And guess what? After sharing the Kahoot podium with my students, I'm sorry, dear students, congratulations for those who played the Kahoot game, and I am terribly sorry for those who couldn't because the game has exceeded the players' number limit, 100 players. Yet, I am glad to share with you the podium of the top 3 winners. To see the podium, click here. So this was a screenshot of the podium. This is the link for the podium, and guess what? The same student, Sadaq, who performed well on Flipgrid, got the first place on Kahoot challenge podium. As you can see here, Sadaq, the first place. Second place for Ahmed Hafid, and third place for a student who didn't write his correct name. Now I'd like to end my presentation by emphasizing the main points in my presentation, which was about formative assessment. So formative assessment gives the learner and the teacher alike information about how well something has been learned, so that they can decide what to do next. Hence, the learning process doesn't end once students put down their pencils at the end of the test. Formative assessment is an ongoing process with plenty of opportunities for students to build a growth mindset and develop new skills like self-evaluation, autonomy, etc. Formative assessment also gives us, the teachers, the ability to provide constant and constructive feedback to our students, which allows them to be part of the learning environment and to develop self-assessment strategies that will help them and us with the understanding of the learner's own thought process. Formative assessment can be applied before, during, and after class, as you can see in my presentation, or as you may have noticed in my presentation. I used the Flipgrid as a formative assessment tool after class because students have recorded their responses at home at their own pace. Formative assessment also evaluates student learning as it happens at the same time. It goes hand in hand with the learning process. Formative assessment provides a feedback loop for the teacher to adjust ongoing instruction and to bridge the gaps in learning. It also actively involves both the teacher and the student, as we have mentioned earlier. And finally, formative assessment involves self and peer assessment. Well, I think I've covered all the points that I needed to present. Thank you for your attention. Your feedback and comments are highly appreciated. Feel free to contact me via mobile phone 50907311, email s.agribi2205@education.qa, or on my personal Facebook blog. Thank you for your attention, and goodbye.